Have you ever found yourself lying in bed at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering why sleep seems to come so easily for everyone else, but not for you? Maybe you fall asleep just fine, but then wake up at 2 or 4 in the morning and can't get back to sleep. Or maybe your mind just won't settle down, no matter how tired your body feels. If that sounds like you, I want you to know something very important. You're not alone, and it's not your fault. As we age, our sleep changes. That's a fact. But just because sleep gets trickier after 60 doesn't mean it has to be a nightly battle. There are simple natural things you can do, starting today, that can help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling more refreshed. You don't need expensive supplements, sleep apps, or sleeping pills that leave you groggy in the morning. What you do need is a little understanding of what's happening in your body and a few gentle habits to help your sleep get back on track. In this video, we're going to talk about exactly why so many seniors struggle with sleep, and more importantly, what you can do about it. I'll walk you through 5 natural fixes that are not only simple, but incredibly effective. You might be surprised at how much better you can sleep just by making 1 or 2 small changes to your evening routine or even your daytime habits. Let's start with something you might not expect. Light. Specifically, the kind of light your eyes take in during the day and at night. You see, our bodies have an internal clock called the circadian rhythm. It's what tells us when to feel sleepy and when to feel awake. But this clock is deeply influenced by light. And as we age, our eyes become less sensitive to natural light, which means our internal clock can get out of sync. One of the best natural ways to reset that clock is to spend some time in natural daylight early in the day. Just 15 to 30 minutes of morning sunlight can help signal to your brain, "Hey, it's daytime. Let's wake up now." That little boost can make it much easier to wind down when evening comes. You don't need to sit directly in the sun. Even a short walk outdoors, reading by a bright window, or tending to a few plants on the balcony can make a real difference. It's a small habit with a big impact. On the flip side, nighttime light, especially from screens, can work against you. Watching TV in the dark or scrolling your phone in bed can confuse your brain, telling it that it's still daytime. Try turning off bright screens at least an hour before bed, or if you do watch something, keep the room dim and avoid anything too stimulating. Your brain will get the message. It's time to slow down, not speed up. Now, let's talk about something a little more comforting, your evening wind down. This is another area where a natural fix can do wonders. Many people treat bedtime like flipping a switch. 1 minute they're busy, alert, maybe even stressed, and the next they expect to fall asleep. But the body doesn't work that way. It needs time to slow down. Think of it like landing a plane. It doesn't just drop from the sky, it needs a gradual descent. Creating a calming pre-bed routine can be powerful. Maybe you take a warm shower or soak your feet in warm water. Maybe you listen to soft music, drink a small cup of herbal tea, or read a gentle book. Nothing too exciting or emotional. These little rituals tell your body, it's safe, you can let go now. And that message is exactly what your nervous system needs to release tension and welcome sleep. Another natural tool that gets overlooked is breathing. Not just breathing in general, we all do that, but intentional, calming breaths. If your mind tends to race when you lie down, or if you feel wired even when you're tired, try this. Close your eyes, inhale slowly for a count of 4, hold for 4, then exhale slowly for 4. Do this just 5 or 6 times, and you'll feel your whole body begin to soften. It's simple, it's free, and it can shift your body from alert mode to rest mode in less than a minute. The third thing I want to share is about movement, but not late at night. Getting gentle exercise during the day, like walking, stretching, or even light gardening, helps regulate your sleep hormones. Physical activity helps use up the day's energy so you're more ready to rest at night. It also reduces stress, which is often the invisible culprit behind restless nights. Just don't do anything too intense close to bedtime. Your body needs time to calm down, not rev up. If you're someone who doesn't move much during the day, maybe because of joint pain, mobility limits, or just habit, consider finding a gentle way to introduce movement back into your life. Even seated stretches or short walks around the home count. The key is consistency. It's not about working out hard. It's about moving regularly so your body stays balanced and your sleep patterns stabilize naturally. Now that we've talked about light exposure, calming routines, and daily movement, you can probably already feel how connected all of this is. Our bodies respond to rhythm, to gentle patterns. And the more we support those patterns, the more sleep starts to come naturally, without needing to force it, chase it, or medicate it. There's still more we can do to support deep, restful sleep, especially when it comes to what we eat and drink. The food and fluids you consume, especially in the evening, play a bigger role than most people think, especially when it comes to what we eat and drink. The food and fluids you consume, especially in the evening, play a bigger role than most people think. Let's start with the most common culprit, caffeine. Now, you might be thinking, I only have 1 cup of coffee in the morning. That can't be it. But here's something most people don't realize. As we age, our bodies process caffeine more slowly. So that cup of coffee, or even a cup of black tea or a piece of dark chocolate, can linger in your system for much longer than it used to. What didn't bother you at 40 might be what's keeping you up at 70. The fix? Try cutting off caffeine after noon. Give your body enough time to fully process it before bedtime rolls around. And if you still crave something warm in the afternoon or evening, go for a naturally caffeine-free herbal tea. Chamomile, lemon balm, and rooibos are all soothing choices that can help signal to your body that it's time to unwind. Now let's talk about something many people overlook. Your blood sugar levels overnight. If you have dinner very early, say 5 or 6 p.m., and then go to bed at 10 or 11 without eating anything else, your blood sugar might dip too low during the night. That drop can cause your body to release stress hormones like cortisol, which in turn can wake you up. Ever notice how sometimes you pop awake at 3 a.m., feeling restless for no clear reason? That could be why. Here's a gentle fix. Have a small, balanced evening snack about an hour before bed. Something light, not too sugary or heavy. Think half a banana with a spoon of peanut butter, or a small slice of whole grain toast with a bit of cottage cheese, or even a few almonds. It doesn't need to be a meal. Just enough to keep your blood sugar stable through the night, so your body stays in rest mode. Another tip that might surprise you involves hydration. Staying hydrated throughout the day is essential, but many people drink too much liquid right before bed. That leads to, you guessed it, nighttime bathroom trips. And once you're up and moving in the middle of the night, especially if you have to turn on the light or fully wake up to walk safely, it can be hard to fall back asleep. Sound familiar? Try shifting your water intake earlier in the day. Make a habit of drinking more in the morning and early afternoon, and then gently taper off by evening. That way, you stay hydrated without needing to get up multiple times at night. And if you're taking any medications that act as diuretics, speak with your doctor about when to take them so they don't interfere with your sleep. One more food-related fix that often gets overlooked is magnesium. Magnesium is a mineral that plays a role in hundreds of bodily functions, including helping your muscles relax and your nervous system settle down. And unfortunately, many people over 60 don't get enough of it, partly because the modern diet lacks magnesium-rich foods, and partly because absorption decreases with age. You don't necessarily need supplements. There are plenty of natural sources of magnesium that you can add to your diet. Leafy greens like spinach, nuts and seeds like almonds and pumpkin seeds, legumes, and even dark chocolate, in moderation and preferably not right before bed. Some people also find that soaking in a warm bath with Epsom salts, which are made of magnesium sulfate, helps their body absorb a little extra magnesium through the skin and unwind more deeply. Sleep isn't just about the hours you spend in bed. It's about setting the stage for rest throughout your day. And when you start making small changes like these, you begin to send your body the right signals again. You're reminding it how to feel safe, how to relax, how to enter that deep, healing kind of sleep we all need, but especially as we get older. What's beautiful is that none of these steps are extreme. You're not being asked to overhaul your whole life or commit to some complicated regimen. These are simple shifts: drinking less caffeine, adding a light bedtime snack, being mindful of magnesium, adjusting when you hydrate. And what's more, these are changes that you control. You don't need permission, prescriptions, or expensive products. Just your own intention and the belief that you deserve a good night's rest. So often, seniors are told that poor sleep is just a normal part of aging. And yes, changes happen with age. But that doesn't mean you're powerless. You can absolutely support your body in sleeping better. And when you do, you'll feel the difference. More clarity during the day, less fatigue, better mood. Even your immune system and memory benefit from deeper, uninterrupted sleep. We've talked about how light, routines, movement, and diet all play into your sleep quality. But there's one more piece of the puzzle that's often just as powerful as all the others combined. And it has to do with your mind, your thoughts, emotions, and inner dialogue as you prepare to rest. And it has to do with your mind, your thoughts, emotions, and inner dialogue as you prepare to rest. Now, this part is often the trickiest because it's not something you can touch or measure, but it's real. So many people over 60 lie awake at night, not because their body isn't tired, but because their mind won't stop spinning. Maybe you're thinking about your health, or your family, or a memory that pops up and won't go away. Or maybe you just feel that quiet kind of worry that's hard to name, but heavy enough to keep you awake. If you've ever said to yourself, "Why am I wide awake when I'm exhausted?" This might be why. One of the most powerful things you can do to support your sleep is to calm your inner world before bed. Not by ignoring your thoughts, but by gently shifting them. One simple, natural way to do this is with a practice called mental unwinding. It's not a technique you have to master. You don't need to sit cross-legged or chant anything. It's really about creating space between the noise of your day and the stillness of your night. Here's how it works. About 30 to 60 minutes before you plan to go to bed, take a moment to pause, just for yourself. You can sit comfortably, maybe with a cup of calming tea or just in silence. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. And then, if you feel comfortable, just write down whatever's on your mind. It doesn't have to be poetic or pretty. Just a few words or sentences, what you're feeling, what you're worried about, even your grocery list if that's what's circling in your head. This kind of gentle journaling tells your mind, "I see you, I'm listening, and now it's okay to let go for tonight." Some people also like to write down one thing they're grateful for, or one small moment from their day that felt good. This shifts your emotional tone from tension to calm. And believe it or not, this shift can help your nervous system begin to relax and set the stage for deeper, more peaceful sleep. Another option is guided relaxation. There are many free resources available, audio tracks or even YouTube videos with gentle voices guiding you through a calming story or body scan. These aren't designed to stimulate you, they're made to help you drift. If your mind tends to wander or worry as soon as you hit the pillow, giving it something soft and soothing to focus on can make all the difference. And let's not underestimate the role of acceptance in all of this. Sometimes, we lie awake worrying that we're not sleeping, and that very fear makes it harder to fall asleep. It's a frustrating loop. What if I can't sleep again tonight? Which leads to stress, which leads to poor sleep, which feeds the fear. So what if, instead of fighting that moment, you welcomed it? What if you told yourself, "It's okay if I'm awake right now. My body will rest when it's ready"? That kind of gentle, compassionate attitude toward yourself removes pressure, and removing pressure creates space for rest. You're not forcing sleep, you're inviting it. And that makes a huge difference, especially as we age and our relationship with sleep becomes more delicate. The truth is, after 60, sleep doesn't always come the way it used to. But that doesn't mean it can't come beautifully. You're simply in a new chapter. One where rest may require a little more attention and care, but where it can still be healing, deep, and replenishing. When you start to care for your sleep with intention, adjusting your light exposure, creating a calming routine, adding gentle movement to your day, watching your food and drink, and soothing your mind, you're sending a powerful message to your whole system. You are safe, you can rest, you are allowed to recharge. And the results? They show up everywhere. Better focus, a more even mood, stronger immunity, more patience, more ease. Even your relationships improve when you're well rested. You laugh a little more. You move a little freer. You start to feel more like yourself again, not dragging through the day, but living it. So, what do you take away from all of this? That you don't need a prescription to sleep better. You don't need a complicated routine or an expensive solution. You just need a few small adjustments, guided by kindness and patience toward yourself. That's the most important part. Sleep isn't a punishment or a puzzle to solve. It's your body's way of healing, restoring, and preparing you for the gift of another day. I want to encourage you to try just one of these ideas tonight. Just one. Maybe it's turning off the TV a little earlier. Maybe it's writing down what's on your mind. Maybe it's adding a small bedtime snack. Whatever it is, notice how your body responds. These little shifts matter. They add up. And soon, your nights might feel less like a struggle and more like a soft landing. If this video has helped you, or if you've already tried one of these natural fixes and it made a difference for you, I'd love to hear about it. Share your thoughts or experience in the comments. You never know. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to read tonight. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. There's so much more to explore together when it comes to living well, aging with strength, and feeling good in your body and mind. Here's to better nights, brighter mornings, and the simple joy of waking up feeling truly rested at any age. Take care of yourself and sleep well.